There is an air of mystery about him. We don't really know what's going to happen next.
Tom Felton might just have the best flubbed line to make the final cut in the Harry Potter franchise.
He's really a victim of circumstances more than anything, I think.
The Draco Malfoy actor improvised comedy gold, which was no surprise considering how much he goofed around behind the scenes. It wasn't all fun and games though. The actor also dealt with some slaps in the face and very off-putting embraces.
And I'm Malfoy. Draco Malfoy.
While his positive and enthusiastic demeanor on set made him a great young actor, it did also mean he could end up being distracted by having a little too much fun. A natural entertainer, young Felton took any chance he could to goof around, entertaining the crew. However, there are times when it probably got a bit too distracting, especially considering everyone around the pair of actors was still acting as if they were in a scene. Since Felton was always portraying the villain, being the kind young child he was, he made sure everyone knew he was actually just really great at his job and didn't have any real disdain for Radcliffe.
But we're not really enemies, we love each other really.
However, he may have spoken too soon.
I have Polaroids that I could show you of Tom. Shut up now. Shut up. His hair, like, all spiked up.
These boys managed mischief from their very first days on set together. Thankfully, we got to watch the dynamic and relationship between the two of them grow on screen and off. Was this the moment? The one when Emma Watson started crushing on her castmate, the adorable Tom Felton? The actors' competitive sides started coming out when they discovered they could spend their time when the cameras weren't rolling playing slaps. Watson definitely impresses with her skills. Felton had a great partner in her for filming and slaps battles. Tom Felton and Daniel Radcliffe got on much better behind the scenes than they did on screen as Draco and Harry. But that didn't mean Felton was going to let Radcliffe push him around. Two young boys filming Quidditch scenes while sitting on top of broomsticks is bound to get a bit silly. But the laughs stopped when Felton thought Radcliffe was making a dig at him.
You call me old bus?
Like his character, Felton wouldn't stand to be disrespected. If he wanted to pull a Draco move, he could always just report the incident to his father.
Oh, my father will hear about this!
Sometimes a blooper ends up being the perfect moment and brings total gold to the screen. Filming the second movie, Felton made a flub but kept rolling with it and turned out this zinger.
I didn't know you could read.
This wound up being one of the most memorable lines of the whole series, and it was all born from a mistake. Thank goodness for Felton's wicked comedy skills. It seems Emma Watson didn't shake her competitive edge that came out playing slaps during the first film, since Felton got a whole lot more than he bargained for.
It's not like a spell or something, it's actually like a physical hit. There's something very satisfying about that.
The actor sort of brought it upon himself since he knew there would be a time when Watson would have to slap him for the cameras.
Go on, slap me right now, let's just do this, do the motions.
Since they had time to spare, he figured they could start practicing. But he wasn't expecting Watson to dish out a full-fledged hit.
I didn't know what to do, and I was just like, yeah, that was really good, that was great.
While we know Felton is really a very sweet person, sometimes when between takes, the actor would continue on as if he were Draco, fully embodying his character and all the arrogance that comes with it.
I don't like the common folk looking at me, you know?
By the time the fourth film came along, the actors were very comfortable with each other, and since they spent so much time together on set, they could sometimes get a bit too hyper and fool around a lot. While by this point Emma Watson was over her crush on Felton, it looks like sparks could have started flying.
Oh, look at that. Snow. Lucky man, lucky man.
Getting to film a big party scene is way more fun when you're friends with everyone. The experience on set was definitely more like a real dance thanks to how much fun the actors had together.
Yeah, man, I've been doing my steps, I've been working my feet, you see my feet work.
Spending so much time on set, the actors have to come up with creative ways to spend their time when they aren't working. When shooting the Goblet of Fire, the Draco Malfoy actor had some seriously extensive hobbies. This activity actually makes a lot of sense. There's a whole lot of space for them to use, so they may as well take advantage of the wide open area of a set.
This is a fantastic place to work.
With 5 Harry Potter films under his belt by this point, Tom Felton was able to do his job really well and accommodate whatever the director might have needed pretty easily, having such a great understanding and portrayal of his character.
Just give us a thumbs up when it's a good one, alright mate?
The performer was so confident that he could literally keep an eye on the creatives while he was performing to get notes on the go. And in between takes, he could still take a moment for the behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, grab it looks a bit better. Oh my god.
Felton seems like a bit of a dream actor to have on set. The Draco Malfoy actor and his castmates had their acting skills tested filming this high-stakes battle without any of the magic. Or any sound, for that matter. Aside from the couple of stupefies and the sound of shoes on the ground, Felton had to work to perform with the right energy in total awkward silence.
I don't even tell her what to do. Forget the lines, just do your stuff, I don't know, it's brilliant.
Clearly, Tom Felton was thinking about doing some magic before he entered the Room of Requirement to film some intense scenes in the second Deathly Hallows film. The room, as usual, managed to deliver, and Felton was ready to perform.
Got my first trick.
Luckily, he made the less cool but much smarter decision to just save the magic for his on-screen performance, instead of behind the scenes. After having not filmed a lot of high-action scenes in the past few films before Deathly Hallows, it was definitely trickier to get back into the groove. This was a particularly difficult action sequence to shoot, with lots of daring and intense stunts to pull off.
And they're still very apprehensive about doing it. It's just, they don't want to try not to anticipate the table going.
The table drop was a real struggle and took more than a few takes to capture the right way. The team wound up keeping the actors on their toes for real, to bring out the right reaction for the cameras and the scene.
It's an instinct, logic brain thing. You can't override it.
The actors were in a perfect mindset when it came to filming the super high emotion scenes, considering they were already feeling a lot of things about the whole process.
Emotions are coming easy, which is great for the scene.
Felton was clearly jazzed to be spending time with his old pals and seemed to be treasuring every moment they had together.
Look at him! It's a hard life, innit?
We have to give the Draco Malfoy actor credit for his incredible acting chops, but sometimes his job on set was made pretty easy to do.
I can barely stand within 5 meters of him, let alone him touch me. God, I get the shivers even thinking about it.
Can we blame him? Facing Voldemort and also dealing with his chilling embrace is definitely not so comfortable. The fact that the He Who Shall Not Be Named actor improvised the hug definitely caught Felton off guard. Seeing how much fun Felton had behind the scenes reminds us just how special an experience the Harry Potter saga was for so many young actors. It also makes us love the performer even more. His acting chops, combined with his great vibes on set, made for some pretty special moments. Which blooper was your favorite?